Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Episode number 16. Good. And in today's episode, we're going to look at Hamzah, Umar, and the boy that's inside of a cot.
Very funny.
Right, now Hamzah, who was Hamzah? Who was Hamzah? What was his dad's name? What was Hamzah's dad's name? Abdul Muttalib. And that means that Hamzah was the Prophet ﷺ's uncle. Hamzah and Abdullah, the Prophet ﷺ's dad, were brothers. Now the story of Hamzah...
Abdullah.
Right, okay, carry on, listen, sit still, say it properly, listen, say it properly. Right, now, Hamzah radiyallahu an, he didn't really want to become a Muslim. He was very, very strong and people were scared of him. And you know what he used to do? He is the bow and arrow that you draw. He, one day, went out hunting with his bow and arrow. And when he came back, the people of Quraysh from Banu Hashim, the Prophet's family, they said, Hamzah, you're meant to be some kind of a strong guy. Where were you? And he said, what are you talking about? Where was I went out hunting. What's happened? They said, when you went away, Abu Jahl, who's Abu Jahl?
The guy that was trying to destroy the Prophet.
Yeah, him. You remember him. Well done, Muhammad. One day, he met Muhammad ﷺ and he started saying bad things about him. He started saying bad things about his mom, saying bad things about his dad, about his whole family. So Banu Hashim, the Prophet ﷺ's family, they said, this is not right. If they want to say bad things about Muhammad, that's between Abu Jahl and Muhammad. But now he's saying bad things about me and you and everyone. Hamzah got angry. Now Hamzah was a very strong man. Nobody messed with Hamzah. Now next to the Kaaba, here's the Kaaba, there was a place called the Nadia. What was it called?
Nadia. So that's like when?
فَلْيَدْعُوا
Nadia.
سَنَدْعُ
Zabani.
Right. So now it's near the Zamzam well. It's near the Zamzam well, and it was the place where only the most
Is that the Kaaba?
That's the Kaaba, and this is the Nadia. And you're gonna do Nadia. You're gonna do Surah Iqra soon, and that is the place which is called the Nadia, and it's close to the Zamzam well. You're right, Saleh. But it was only the people who are very special from the Quraysh who were allowed to sit there. So Hamzah, he found out that Abu Jahl was there, and what he's done to Muhammad and what he's done to the whole family. He got angry. He went over to Abu Jahl. And you know what he did with his bow and his arrow? He cracked him in the head. Pow! And it hurt Abu Jahl a lot. And Hamzah was so angry. How dare you talk about my nephew? How dare you talk about Muhammad? How dare you talk about my family? How dare you talk about Islam? I'm a Muslim. Say something about Islam to me. In my face. What are you going to do? See, now, what did I say to you in the beginning of the story? Did Hamzah want to become Muslim?
No,
he was just angry. He was just angry at Abu Jahl because he did something really, really rude. He became a Muslim because of that. Abu Jahl said, no, I'm not going to say anything about Islam to you, and I'm very, very sorry. And he wasn't actually, you're right, yeah. But he was scared of Hamzah, that's why. He was scared of Hamzah. So now, they weren't brothers, but they were from the same kind of bigger family. Anyway, so now Hamzah goes home and he thinks, what have I done? I've just said I'm Muslim in front of the whole of Mecca, and I didn't really want to be Muslim. So he went to see Muhammad ﷺ, and he said, I've entered into Islam, but I don't know what to do. What do you think the Prophet ﷺ said to him? He said, stay Muslim, it'd be better for you, uncle. And Hamzah became, you know what he became? You know what his nickname was? Asadullah, the Lion of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ called him the Lion of Allah. Why? Because he was so brave and strong. And he liked to say the truth in front of everyone. And he didn't care what people would say. He always said the truth. And he hated people who used to lie and do bad things. And he was very, very brave and strong. So now Hamzah's become Muslim. Is that a good thing that's happened to Islam or a bad thing that's happened?
Good.
Why is it good?
Because Hamzah's very thingy.
Oh.
And it's
He's
in
very
a
thingy.
battle,
What's very thingy?
strong,
Very strong.
and then in a battle, you'll be like, wow.
No, we're not talking about battle. Right now, the Prophet ﷺ needs people around him who are going to help him, who are going to be strong. So Hamzah becoming Muslim, especially that is his uncle, he's got very happy. And this is a way of Allah helping the Prophet ﷺ. Guess what? 3 days later, Umar radiallahu an was beating up a Muslim. He hated Muslims. So whenever he saw a Muslim, he used to beat them up. So one day he was beating up so badly, bang, 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 bang. And the Muslim said, just leave me alone. If you want to beat someone up, go to your own house and beat them up. They're Muslims. Umar said, what? My family are Muslims. And the guy who was getting beaten up, he's like, oh no, what have I said? Who's Muslim in Umar's family?
Her sister.
His sister. So he goes to his sister's house, whose name was Fatima. Yeah, and guess what? Umar says, what are you doing? Are you Muslim? And she said, yes, I am Muslim. He goes, let me look at the Quran. At that time, there was no Quran like the way we read Quran. It was just pieces of paper with Quran written on it. So she said, you can't touch it. You haven't got wudu. He goes, I want to read it. She goes, no, you can't read it. So then you know what he did? He grabbed his sword and he went to the house of Arqam. It's very written there, Arqam. But that's the house of Arqam. There's Safa behind Makkah, behind the Kaaba. He went to the house of Arqam and he's got his sword. What do you think he wants to do? He's got angry with the Prophet ﷺ that his daughter, his sister, has become Muslim. So everybody thinks he's going to the Kaaba now because he's angry with the Prophet ﷺ. So he goes with the sword and he knocks on, and he's knocking on the door. He's knocking on the door, and the Prophet ﷺ said, let him in. Let him in. So Umar comes inside. Now Umar was a very big man as well, and people used to be very scared of Umar as well. So imagine you've got a very big guy and people are scared of him, and he's got a sword and he's knocking on your door. What do you think is going to happen?
He's going to kill you.
He's going to try and kill you. So now the Prophet ﷺ said, no, don't be worried. Don't be scared.
But Allah is going to protect
Exactly.
the
That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. Well done, Muhammad. He said, let him in. So now Umar radiallahu anh walked inside, and the Prophet ﷺ said to Umar, Umar, what do you want? Why are you here? Honestly, why are you here? You're not angry with me, are you? Prophet ﷺ hugged Umar. Come on, give me a hug. And Umar said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasul. What does that mean? I bear witness that there is only one God that is worthy of worship, and that is Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are his messenger. Everyone got so happy. Wait 1 minute. Everyone got so happy in the house of Arqam. They started making takbir. What's takbir? Allahu Akbar. They started saying Allahu Akbar.
You know what the Prophet said?
Yeah.
Like you said right now.
Yeah. Say Ashhadu
Ashhadu
ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluhu. You need to know this. This is called the Shahada. This is the very first pillar of Islam. Yeah, what is it?
No, the witness one that it says.
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that's good. So now everybody made takbir and they said Allahu Akbar. They got so happy they started shouting Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah's helped us, Allah's helped us. Not only have we got Hamzah now we've got Umar as well. And Islam is becoming stronger. And you know what Umar said? Umar said, now we are going to go outside in front of the Quraysh and we're going to talk about Islam whether they like it or not. And if somebody's going to get angry, then they have me and Hamzah and we're going to deal with them. We're strong. So now for the very first time, the Muslims can pray outside. Before they couldn't do that. And for the very first time, they can make tawaf around the Kaaba.
Yay!
And they couldn't do that before either.
Yay!
Now the Quraysh have got angry. And the Quraysh have said, this is a big problem. And the only way that we can get rid of this problem is if we have a boy inside of a cot. What's a boy inside of a cot, Muhammad? Alright, sorry. Alright, okay, sorry, it's a dad joke. Alright, boycott. Boycott meaning no talking, no food, no toys, no friends, no anything. I'm not going to speak to you at all. I'm not going to do anything good. In actual fact, I'm going to do something which is bad. And the boycott lasted for 3 years. Imagine there's no food. Some of the companions said we had to eat leaves to survive. And our and our bodies became weak. For 3 years, they had nothing. Nothing. No tools, nothing.
Leaves are actually make you strong.
Do you want to eat some grass for dinner?
No.
That's the only thing they could eat. For 3 years. Why? Exactly. But is it that?
You have hiccups.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stop saying La ilaha illallah and not be a Muslim?
No.
Or are you gonna carry on and have patience?
Just eat.
This is very important. Look, this is very important. This is what they went through for us and to teach us. Right. Tomorrow we're going to talk a bit more about the boycott and how it ended, and we're going to talk about something that happens after that, which is the year of sadness.
What can we do now?
Oh Allah, give us the ability to help Islam, and that Islam becomes firm in our lives and in our hearts, and that we are nice to everyone, and that you give us honor. Say Ameen.
Is it watching time?
هذا والله أعلم. هذا والله أعلم. وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Press the button.